Okay, so if I sent you a pleat rack, then you probably have a bag of pieces like this. Let's see, and also one like this. This one is pretty easy. It goes on, see this little dot in the center here? It goes around that dot. It's just a little thing to help support this when, after these are on the ends here. Because otherwise it kind of bends in the middle if you push down in the middle, and it's nice to have a spot there to hold everything down. So let's see here. We have kind of two kinds of pieces here basically. We have the bridges and we got the racks. The racks are all oriented like this, and the bridges are all oriented like this. The long ones that are entirely flat on the bottom, those are the bottom racks. I generally call them rack B. While these ones are rack A, and they go on the top. They fit like this. And these fit on that basically, and the ones on top fit on, hang on, right there, so that the whole assembly ends up looking something like this, but actually all put together. So, to start off with, if I've sent you a set, then it will have already been deburred. Like, these things don't quite fit together if you just print them straight off, because getting pressed up against the print bed makes the bottom smoosh out. But I will hopefully have taken care of that for you. If you have any problems, basically, just try sanding off a little bit of these bottom facing corners. You can tell the bottom because it's shiny. If I'm the one who printed it, at least. Likewise with this one, you can just if you have a lot of trouble actually getting them into the sockets, then you sand off these bottom facing corners of the joiners. You can also try sanding off some of the top corners too. Not too much, because you do want it to stick, because this is what's like keeping your tool together. But enough to get it into the socket anyway. So first off, let's start with the bottom, bridge B and rack B. So you can frequently kind of wiggle it on, but one thing I found is if it won't quite go, then you can if you grab tightly with this hand, and then you grab around your finger here, and you pull like that, then it pushes this bit into place without applying too much force in the wrong direction. Because these things will take a lot of force in this direction, but if you bend it or twist it, they will probably snap. Even then they do still take a fair amount of bending, but like not very much force really. So let's see. On the bottom side, you only have to worry about the one bridge. Just make sure that that this is aligned like this, that everything's facing the right way. If you get something wrong, these things can be a real pain to take off again. In the case, let's do the other side here. Don't push too hard before you've started it. Like if it's still like just out here, pushing too hard too soon can just lead it to snap off the end. So you want it to be seated a little bit together, so that it's already kind of self-aligning. There's other ways you can do this, like if you, for instance, you grab some pliers or something, and you grip the piece really hard, and you set it. Suppose that this wasn't quite set yet. If you grip the piece really hard, and you tap it with a hammer or something, that can help to set it as well, and doesn't require so much hand strength. and also saves your fingers a bit. Now for the other side. So again, make sure that this is facing like this, because I have done this wrong a number of times, and it's not fun to try to. This one just went on possibly a little too easily. We don't want these things to come back off again once we put them on. Now, after you do this bit, you want to do this bit, because if you put this other one on, as I have done before, then it makes it really hard to put this one in because it's already all closed off. See, so now we apply this bit, face it the right way, there we go. Apply this bit to the end, whoop, see, yeah, that's not a good way to do that. There we go, so you grab up close to the end there. There we go. Managed not to break it. And now we have a pleat rack. So, turn like that. Put that in there. And shoop.